You can call it the second opening day of the season for Rogers State as Heartland Conference play begins this afternoon in Claremore. The Hillcats are primed and ready. They're 13-5 on the year as they welcome in their first conference opponent of the season, the St. Mary's Rattlers. Hi fans, welcome to the Diamond Sports Complex here in Claremore. The Hillcats are ready to go. St. Mary's has agreed to move this series up a day after some weather forecasts for Saturday not looking too friendly. So the Hillcats and the Rattlers move up this three-game series, and everybody else in the Heartland Conference move theirs up as well. So we get a little surprise a day early getting to start off Heartland Conference play. It's what everybody's been waiting for. This season is now 6 weeks old, and Rogers State is ready to see what they can do in the Heartland Conference in their first season of postseason eligibility after completing the transition to NCAA Division II. Postseason eligibility now back on College Hill here at Rogers State. When we come back, we'll talk to the head coach, Chris Klimas. This is Rogers State Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore supports the broadcast of RSU Hillcat Athletics. The Hammett House offers a variety of entrees, including country fried steak, lamb and turkey fries, pamper fried chicken, and a daily selection of homemade pies. Located next to the Will Rogers Memorial in Claremore, just down the hill from RSU. Online at thehammetthouse.com. The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore, a proud supporter of the RSU Hillcats.
Claremore Nursing Home and the Brookfield are happy to be part of RSU Hillcat Basketball. They offer care for a range of lifestyles, from assisted living to rehabilitation to 24-hour nursing assistance. Claremore Nursing Home in the Brookfield, 920 East 16th Street, or by phone at 341-4857, 341-4857. Proud to be a part of Hillcat Athletics.
Back on the Hillcat pregame show, joined by the head coach, Chris Klimas. Coach, you moved this series up a little bit of a day to get out of the way of a little bit of pending weather on Saturday. So how does that change things in the course of the week and the agenda?
Oh, really just the turnaround from yesterday playing at Pitt State, getting in late, getting the field ready, getting everybody out here. Just kind of sped everything up a bit. St. Mary's in the same boat. They played at Tarleton and then had to jump on a bus, get here first thing in the morning. So outside of that, I mean, just a quicker turnaround, I think, is probably the biggest issue when you're trying to bump games up like that.
When you open up conference play, Coach, does it feel like you have a second opening day of the season?
Yeah, it's the second portion of our season. We basically call it our second season because no matter how well or how poorly you've played up until this point, everything kind of hits the reset button. So, you know, just like opening day, you're just hoping to come out and hopefully calm everybody down early, play well, settle in. But conference games, you never know.
Coming off the heels of a 22-run outburst yesterday and a wild game, a long game for your team, is it good to have that kind of offense? Does it give everybody a little bit extra confidence coming in the next day?
I think so, but you also have to kind of fight the urge to have the same approach that you had yesterday, because yesterday the wind's blowing out, you know, to all three fields, and any ball that was barreled that got in the air is gone. So, you know, I thought that it helped our guys as far as getting out in front and catch and barrel. It was, you know, more conducive to that. Today, with the wind blowing in from right field, you try to hit that many fly balls today, you're going to hit a bunch of lazy fly ball, easy outs.
When you look at things, Coach, from your perspective and your team, one of the first topics we had coming into the season was how your pitching staff had been bitten by the injury bug a little bit. You came into the week 9th in the nation out of over 250 teams in team ERA. Did you see that coming?
No, I didn't see that coming. But like I said last week, I think, you know, when you're going with a 9-man staff, everybody kind of knows what their role is, knows when their number, when to expect their number to be called. So I think that's kind of given our pitchers the ability to relax and know what to expect. So am I surprised by it? Yeah, I'd say I was surprised by it a little bit. But, I mean, the guys that we have are quality pitchers. They pitch to contact. They let the defense play. And they've done a really nice job to this point. You know, yesterday was a tough day to pitch, both sides. And I told our guys, you know, I know we gave up 17 runs and the box score looks really bad, but no one that we ran out there just let the thing completely implode on them and turn the tables on us. So they gave us a chance. We hung in there, tacked on here and there. So on a tough day to pitch, I thought they responded really well.
Of course, there's some big things in terms of importance when you open up the conference season. Only the top 4 teams go to the conference tournament. But With this St. Mary's team, do you look at this as one of the more crucial series in the season?
Yeah, they're all crucial, but it's always important to get off to a good start. We went down there last year and beat them 2 out of 3. I'm sure they remember that. They've been bitten with the injury bug about as bad as we have. So I think you're going to see 2 desperate teams this weekend wanting to get off to a good start. But on the flip side, if you don't play well, if you don't win the series, it doesn't mean your season's over. But you go into every series with the goal of winning the series, and you cannot get swept.
All right, we look forward to it today, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
That's the head coach, Chris Klimas. Lineups and first pitch when we return. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
I need my checking account to be like my morning coffee. Easy and now please. That's why I love checking with TTCU. With a free checking account, there's no minimum balance, no hidden fees. I can snap a photo of a check and deposit it. Easy. Add direct deposit and, based on your balances, you could earn more free services, even extra dividends. TTCU has paid more than $20 million in member rewards. Now that's grande. Freebies and rewards? Check. At TTCU.
Welcome back to the Diamond Sports Complex. Rogers State and St. Mary's ready to begin Heartland Conference play this season. The Hillcats get to open things at home, which is always nice. Rogers State comes in 13-5 overall, while the visiting Rattlers come in 6-11 to start the season. Here's your starting lineups for the opening game of this 3-game series. Remember, just a single 9-inning game today, and we'll keep tomorrow's schedule as planned, a doubleheader beginning at 1 o'clock. For St. Mary's, the second baseman Brian Ramirez will lead things off. James Gillian, the DH, will bat second. Left fielder Donnie Perez hits third. Jack Kaiser is the cleanup hitter, preseason All-American, playing at first base. Jacob Aguilar, the third baseman, will bat fifth. Bo Barnes bats sixth. He's the catcher. Right fielder Zach Johnson will bat seventh. Bryce Brandel, the center fielder, will hit eighth. And Jacob Arevalo, the shortstop, will bat ninth for St. Mary's, coached by Charlie Meagle. Legendary head coach in his 31st season. He's assisted by Chris Ermis and Ryan Femath. For Rogers State, they will send Tim Luce to the mound today, the only left-hander on this roster. Luce comes on with a 2-1 record on the year and a 3.14 ERA. He has really been a bright spot for the Hillcats in his first year here in Claremore. Tim Luce, starting pitcher for Rogers State, a junior, 6 foot, 170-pounder. Oologah, Oklahoma native, just down the road, and played 2 seasons at NEO A&M. Ready to go here in Claremore. Bright and sunny day, the wind is blowing, and stepping in, right-handed hitter Brian Ramirez to lead things off for St. Mary's. Here's the first pitch. Strike on the outside edge from Tim Luce. 3:07, your first pitch here in Claremore, as Rogers State is underway in 2017's Heartland Conference season. The 0-1 breaking ball that's hung up there, driven towards right center. Settling under it, Bradley Degnan for Rogers State, and he makes the catch. 1 down here in the top of the first inning. As we look at Rogers State defensively, Sam Davison at first. Danny Donahue gets the start at second base today for Chris Miguel, who injured his shoulder yesterday. He's day today. Don't look for him to be out too long. Ishmael Orozco, the shortstop. Matt Subert down at third. And Garrett Hall back in the lineup. He's behind the plate for the Hillcats. Here's James Gillian to the plate for St. Mary's. And the DH fouls one out of play to the right side. The outfield for Rogers State, Sam Casanelli in left. Brooks Douglas in center. Bradley Degnan in right for Rogers State. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Gillian. Fouled back and out of play by the right-handed hitter. Rogers State goes with the all-white uniforms today. Navy vertical stripes. Says Hillcats across the chest in Navy letters, that traditional baseball cursive. Navy numbers on the front and back. And the two-tone caps for Rogers State. Navy back, Navy bill, white front with the Hillcat head logo right in the middle. The 0-2 pitch up high. It's a 1-2 count to James Gillian for St. Mary's. 1 out, top of the first inning. The 1-2 from Luce. Sharp one-hopper through the left side for a base hit. In between short and third. Orozco at short, Subert at third, and neither one of them even moved for that ball. It was perfectly placed in between them. They knew they didn't even have a shot at it. So Gillian fell behind in the count 0-2. And after taking one out of the zone, able to get aboard with a 1-out single. Brings Donnie Perez to the plate. Right-handed hitting left fielder. St. Mary's with the blue jerseys. It's a royal blue. Says St. Mary's on the chest in yellow outline letters. Perez jumps on the first pitch, driven to deep center field. It puts Douglas on the run. He's going back. It's over his head, and it one-hops to the wall as Douglas runs it down. Perez scoots into second base, and Gillian holds up at third. It's a 1-out double for St. Mary's' Donnie Perez. Sam Davison, the Hillcat first baseman, comes to the mound to have a chat with Hillcat lefty Tim Luce as the cleanup man Jack Kaiser steps to the plate. Jack Kaiser, redshirt senior, a left-handed hitter. So the Hillcats at least have the favorable lefty-lefty pitching matchup here to Jack Kaiser. Hitting .328 on the year. First pitch misses up high to Jack Kaiser. 2 home runs on the year for Kaiser. 14 RBI. Preseason All Heartland Conference selection, preseason All-American. Here's the 1-0. Kaiser tags it to deep left center field. This ball's way back. It's going to one hop to the wall. Brooks Douglas can't get there. In to score is Gillian. Donnie Perez coming home, and he slides in head first ahead of the throw that was up the third baseline safe. It's a 2 RBI double for the cleanup man, Jack Kaiser. Jack Kaiser's 15th and 16th RBI on the season.
Now, play for third baseman number 3, Jacob Angelo.
The double for Jack Kaiser, his 7th of the year, tied for the team lead with Donnie Perez, who doubled just ahead of him. Batter is Jacob Aguilar. And the first pitch just missed up high. Hillcat starter Tim Luce retired the first batter he faced, then had the next batter, James Gillian, down 0-2. But Gillian got aboard with a base hit, and now back-to-back doubles for Donnie Perez and Jack Kaiser. 2 runs here in the top of the first for St. Mary's. And a strike fired in by Luce evens the count at 1 to the right-handed hitter, Jacob Aguilar. Luce looks at the runner, Kaiser at second. Now fires in a fastball for a strike. Tim Luce making his 6th start of the season today for Rogers State, 7th overall appearance. He's logged 28 2/3 innings for the Hillcats. 12 strikeouts and 4 walks. Opponents hit .296 against Hillcat lefty Tim Luce. And fouled off to the right side against the screen. Count remains 1-2 to Jacob Aguilar. Junior out of El Paso, Texas. And Aguilar, one of the mainstays in this lineup and one of the best hitters they've got. Batting in the 5-hole, his .380 average ranks 2nd on this St. Mary's team. 1-2 down in the dirt, blocked by Hillcat catcher Garrett Hall, who's been out of the lineup for just a little while with a hamstring injury. Anybody who's had a hamstring injury, or if you've played sports, you probably encounter them with teammates or just heard, seen, read about them at the college, professional level, wherever, but it's one of those things that can just nag at you for a while. 2-2 to Aguilar. Line drive just past the outstretched glove of Subert, who laid out towards third base, and down the left field line it goes. Rounding third base is Kaiser. No play at the plate. It's an RBI base hit for Jacob Aguilar. Boy, Subert gave that one everything he had. Took a jab step to his right and then laid out, and it was just past his glove. A hard hit ball from Jacob Aguilar. For Aguilar, his 8th RBI of the season. And St. Mary's has plated 3 runs here in the top of the first. Bo Barnes, the catcher, steps to the plate now. 3 runs here in the top of the first and just 1 out. 4 consecutive hits, including 2 doubles in between for St. Mary's. First pitch strike to Bo Barnes from Hillcat lefty Tim Luce. As mentioned, Heartland Conference play was supposed to open up tomorrow, but forecast for Saturday not looking so good. Soft liner off to the end of the bat, falls into left center field for a base hit for Bo Barnes, and Jacob Aguilar stops at second base. Rogers State pitching coach Robert Brown will make his way out to the mound to talk with Tim Luce. And this, of course, one of the worst nightmares for the Hillcats after playing a game yesterday. And in case you missed it or did not see the final box, it was a wild game. One of the more wild games you'll ever experience perhaps in your life if you were a part of it yesterday. 22-17, the Hillcats won up in Pittsburgh, Kansas against Pittsburgh State, team that they took down here in Claremore just a week prior. And Rogers State had a 14-0 lead in the second inning of that game. Never trailed, ended up holding on to win 22-17, but there was about a 30-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. So really anything you put in the air off the barrel of the bat was gone, as you heard head coach Chris Klimas say in our pregame interview. Hillcats hit 7 home runs. Jason Marley, Sam Davison had 2 each. So you come off the heels of that in a game that you had to use multiple pitchers. Rogers State used 5 pitchers yesterday. St. Mary's played yesterday as well. They suffered a 6-2 loss on the road at Tarleton State down in Stephenville, Texas. Well, the conference at the mound is over. And Zach Johnson, the batter, in the first pitch, left inside, and it grazes him. I think it got him on the arm. So it loads up the bases. 1 out here in the top of the first, and St. Mary's has already plated 3 runs. This is a very slippery slope for Rogers State. 8th batter of the inning, Bryce Brandel steps in, another left-handed hitter. Second left-handed bat in the lineup. Cleanup man Jack Kaiser was the first. First pitch to Brandel is in there for a strike. And Bryce Brandel, a young man that burst onto the scene in his redshirt freshman season with St. Mary's in 2015. That's not an easy thing to do, to break into this lineup as an underclassman, but Brandel did it. And he was very instrumental in the series win St. Mary's took here at Rogers State 2 years ago. Well, here he is now as a junior. He takes the 0-1 pitch up high. Brandel, the redshirt junior, hails from El Campo, Texas. Comes in hitting .246. Skies up the 1-1, opposite field, shallow left. Sam Casanelli settles under it, makes the catch. The runner from third thought about tagging up, but Jacob Aguilar throws on the brakes as Casanelli made a good throw back to the infield. I don't think Aguilar was going to run regardless of the throw anyway. So a very important out number 2 for Tim Luce and the Hillcats. Leaves the bases loaded up. And Jacob Arevalo, 9 spot in the order, steps in, the shortstop. Arevalo comes in hitting .235. He's one of 2 underclassmen in this lineup. Sophomore making his 12th start of the year today. First pitch from the lefty, Tim Luce. A strike, just caught the lower inside corner. Well done from Luce. The 0-1. Missed up high, chest high fastball from Tim Luce. Now the Rogers State starter started for the Hillcats in the College of the Ozarks series last weekend. Luce was a go on Friday. Went 6 innings for the Hillcats, gave up 5 hits, an unearned run. He was pretty good in that start. Head coach Chris Klimas praised Luce, said it was one of his best starts of the year. His opening day start back on February 1st, 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 5 strikeouts. As he puts in strike 2, it's a 1-2 count to Arevalo with 2 outs here in the top of the first. And bounces to the plate. Good job by Hall to keep it in front. And it evens the count at 2. Luce retired the first batter of this game, but then gave up base hit to James Gillian, doubles to Donnie Perez and Jack Kaiser. Kaiser's drove in both runners to give the Rattlers 2 early runs here in the top of the first. Then Aguilar with an RBI hit. Bo Barnes with a base hit. Zach Johnson hit by a pitch. That's loaded him up. 2-2. Ground ball hit to short. Takes an awkward hop off the grass, and no play for Orozco as he just threw it over to third, but there in plenty of time was Bo Barnes. Boy, that's a tough play for the Hillcats. Orozco had it in his sights, and as soon as it made that transition from infield grass to the dirt, it took an awkward hop on Ish. That will be scored as an error for Rogers State. Brings home run number 4, keeps the bases loaded, and we return to the top of the order. Here is Brian Ramirez again, the man who flied out to start this game. First pitch, misses down low. So that 4th run that scored, of course, is unearned, and any other runs that could potentially score this inning would be unearned as well, as that should have been out number 3. 1-0 from Luce. Gets past the catcher, Hall. Coming home from third. Here comes Barnes, and he's in. No play at the plate. Run number 5 of the inning. Hall is going to come out and talk with Tim Luce. We'll let you know how that gets scored, whether it's a pass ball or a... Oh, it is a wild pitch. Conference over. Count is 2-0 to Brian Ramirez. And the pitch missing just outside. First base is open. Of course, you'd rather just get out of this thing right now. Strike dealt in by Luce. No way Ramirez was going to swing there. 5 runs here in the top of the first for St. Mary's. Luce steals the 3-1. Fastball, inside edge, called strike 2. Ramirez had tossed his bat back towards the St. Mary's dugout. Thought he had the walk. It's a full count now. Luce and the Hillcats trying to get out of this inning that is now 17 minutes old. 5 runs have scored. 2 of those are unearned. Ramirez pops it up in the infield towards second base. Danny Donahue's under it, and he makes the catch, and the Hillcats finally out of the inning. 5 runs for St. Mary's in the top of the first inning on 5 hits. 1 error leads to 2 of those runs being unearned, and they leave 2 stranded. Hillcats coming to bat when we return. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hey, Rick, ever seen the Red Green Show? No one can possibly...
There. I really like these little creatures. They bring a lot of joy to my life.
Job.
Doing what?
Worked in a mortuary, embalming cadavers and organs. Hi, I'm Bill Curtis. You're watching RSU Public TV.
Just the two of us, building them castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? Have we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
You on the Hillcat Network. Rogers State comes to bat in the bottom of the first, and the Hillcats have got some serious work to do. The Hillcats allow St. Mary's to score 5 runs, including 2 unearned in the top of the first. So here's the Hillcat lineup for game 1 of this 3-game series to open up Heartland Conference play here in the 2017 season. Matt Subert leads things off, Hillcat third baseman. Sam Davison at first, batting second. Right fielder Bradley Degnan bats third for the Hillcats. Jason Marley, the DH, is in the cleanup spot with Chris Miguel, who normally occupies that spot, out. He is day today with a shoulder injury sustained yesterday. The shortstop Ishmael Orozco bats fifth. Garrett Hall, the catcher, hitting sixth. Center fielder Brooks Douglas bats seventh. Sam Castanelli, the left fielder, bats eighth. And Danny Donahue, who makes his first start of the season, bats ninth for the Hillcats. Rogers State will get their first look at right-hander Holden Grounds. 1-2 record, but that does not very well sum up Holden Grounds. He's got a 1.76 ERA, so who cares what your record is when your ERA is that if you're just judging an individual. Holden Grounds, very good right-hander. Misses with the first pitch to the leadoff man, Matt Subert. Matt Subert's father, Ed, here today in the ballpark. Got to talk with him before the game. Always good to meet the players' parents. And it was good that Ed had come in this morning, flew in from California because, of course, the series got moved up to today. Ball 2 to Subert, and now the 2-0, a fastball in there for a strike. Matt Subert, the junior, first-year player out of Belmont, California, transferred in from Skyline College. Subert, sharp one-hopper through the left side for a base hit. Very similar to how St. Mary's got their first hit. Took one hop through the left side. And the shortstop, Jacob Arevalo, lost his sunglasses off the bill of his hat in the process. He just realized that they were laying over there in shallow left, and he reached up and touched the bill of his cap and then looked over to the spot where he had ran towards, realizing that's where they were at. So the leadoff man aboard for the Hillcats. That's what they need, is base runners at this time. And Sam Davison, the batter. Showed bunt very briefly, quickly pulled it back, but it was in there for a strike anyway. What a day yesterday for Sam Davison. Hit 2 home runs in the Hillcats' 22-17 victory over Pittsburgh State. Sam Davison for Rogers State, 1 home run in his Hillcat career coming into yesterday. Takes strike 2 here. So many other great things that Sam Davison has done. It was kind of awkward to say that earlier this year he hit his first homer of his career because he was such a good hitter last year, but got his first homer earlier this year and then 2 yesterday. Sharp ground ball, just foul third base side. Took a hop just inches, about halfway up the third baseline. And it continued to angle foul, but it still only missed third base by less than a foot. The 0-2, breaking ball, just misses. 1-2 to Sam Davison. This pitcher, Holden Grounds, the right-hander for St. Mary's, 6'3", 185-pound senior out of Corsicana, Texas, and a transfer from Division I, Virginia. 1-2, misses down low. Sixth start of the year for Holden Grounds. He's gone the distance once. 30 2/3 he's logged for the Rattlers. 25 strikeouts, 19 walks. Opponents have mustered just a 2.09 average against Holden Grounds, who misses with the 2-2 down low. It's a full count to Sam Davison for Rogers State. Hillcats down 5-0 here in this bottom of the first inning. Can't really say they're down, I guess, until they've had the opportunity to score 5. Runner going, ground ball right behind second. Ramirez has it, steps on second, and throws to first for the double play. 4-3 twin killing. Oh my, even with the runner going, Ramirez still had Subert out by a mile because that ball was hit just to the batter's eye right of second base. One of the easiest double plays Brian Ramirez will ever have. But he did it, to his credit. 2 down, bases empty for Rogers State. Here's Bradley Degnan. Only left-handed bat in this Hillcat lineup. First pitch missing to Degnan. Hit one of the 7 home runs for Rogers State yesterday. Degnan's team leading 6th of the year. It was Degnan's first since the opening week of the season, where he hit 5 in the first 4 games. Works ahead 2-0 now. The wind is blowing across the field today from right pole to left. Not favorable for Degnan to hit one out, as he punished right field in the first week of the season. Foul ball, first base side. 2-1 count to Degnan. The pitch took a bounce and hit Jason Marley, who was in the on-deck circle. He saw it coming, but it still took a soft hop up and hit him right in the behind the left ear hole of the batting helmet. He's fine. Count even at 2 to Degnan. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Hillcats retired in order in the first after a leadoff single by Subert, but Holden Grounds gets a ground ball double play for his Rattlers, and they lead this game 5-0. We head to the second in Claremore. This is Rogers State Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
People often ask me, John, how do you do it? Still making pizzas after 30 years. Seriously, guys?
It ain't rocket science. It ain't physics.
It's pizza.
And I love pizza.
Get any large one-topping pizza for only $10 and add a mega chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
We're cooking dinner. Dinner is the most important meal of the day.
We can cater to everybody's needs, whether you want a burger, whether you want chicken.
Dinner's special for me and my family because it's the one meal out of the day that we could just spend together.
It's the perfect end to a good day.
Win or lose, we're coming to Whataburger after a game.
Whataburger for dinner. If we're not on your way home, you're going the wrong way.
My name is Tatiana, and I would love to cook you dinner.
Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 5-0 as we enter the second inning here in Claremore. Opening day of the Heartland Conference season here in 2017, and boy, do things have a little extra buzz and energy rolling through them when you start Heartland Conference play, as the Hillcats are postseason eligible for the first time this year, making their transition from NAIA to NCAA Division II. That provisional period is over, and the Hillcats postseason eligible. If you're going to make the conference tournament in the Heartland, you got to finish in the top 4 in this 9-team league. Something that St. Mary's, the Hillcats' opponent today, has been able to do every single year. Here's the 0-1 to the leadoff man, James Gillian. Misses down low. St. Mary's brought 10 to the plate in the first. Scored 5 runs, 2 of those unearned. 1-1, fouled straight back. James Gillian, the DH in the 2 spot in the order. He had a base hit to start everything off in that first. He was down in the count, 0-2 to loose. Fouled one off, took a pitch out of the zone, and then put a sharp one-hopper through the left side of the infield to get aboard, and then it was back-to-back doubles, second of which was Jack Kaiser to drive in both Gillian and Perez, who had doubled just before him. 1-2 is down low from loose. Count even up at 2 to the leadoff man, James Gillian. The pitch. Soft liner off the inside of the bat to left field, running on Sam Casanelli, and makes the catch out number 1. Well, Tim Luce appears to be settling in a little bit now for Rogers State. He's retired the last 2 batters. One before that reached on an error. Retired the batter before that. So you could say from a pitcher's standpoint, he's pitched effectively to 4 consecutive hitters now. But you're coming into the heart of the order. Here's Donnie Perez, who doubled and scored in the first. First pitch misses down low to Perez. Redshirt sophomore out of San Antonio, a hometown guy for St. Mary's. Donnie Perez with that double in the first inning. It gave him the team lead with 7. Sharp ground ball to short. It just stays on the ground the whole time. Orozco gobbles it up, throws to first in time for the out. 2 down here in the second. And this is the man you want to see at the plate when the bases are empty, Jack Kaiser. Left-handed hitting first baseman. Mentioned Perez with his double took the team lead only for about a minute until Kaiser doubled to give him 7 on the year. And the RBIs, his 15th and 16th of the season. He trails only Perez in that category, who has a team leading 19. First pitch misses to Jack Kaiser. The 1-0. Breaking ball, good looking pitch that falls right in for a strike. Reminder, this series will close tomorrow with a doubleheader beginning at 1 o'clock. Coverage right here on the Hillcat Network. 1-1. Missing down low. Really nice day we've got here in Claremore. .81 degrees. The game time temperature as Kaiser drives one high and deep to right center field. Brooks Douglas drifts back towards the wall, and 20 feet in front of it, he makes the catch for out number 3. Tim Luce retires the Rattlers in order in the second. St. Mary's 5, Rogers State 0 as we head to the home half. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Robson Properties supports this broadcast of Hillcat Basketball. Owner Frank Robson has handled commercial real estate, construction, and property management since 1969, with shopping centers throughout Oklahoma and southeast Kansas. More information on Robson Properties is online at www.robsonprop.com. www.robsonprop.com. Robson Properties, proud to support both Hillcat Sports and Rogers State University academics.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
There's Holden Grounds, right-handed pitcher for St. Mary's. Hillcats knew they would have their work cut out for him today with Holden Grounds. Right-handed senior. Takes his cap off and puts it over his chest as he bows his head before he steps back onto the mound here for the bottom of the second inning. He surrendered a leadoff hit to Matt Subert for Rogers State in the bottom of the first, but then got a ground ball double play and struck out Bradley Degnan to end the inning. Here's the cleanup man, Jason Marley, to lead off for Rogers State. Hillcat DH takes a breaking ball that misses just outside. Jason Marley, leading hitter on the team at .410 on the year. Now takes a strike. Marley homered twice yesterday for Rogers State in the win over Pittsburgh State. It's about a 2-hour drive, maybe a little less, to Pittsburgh, Kansas from Claremore. And the Hillcats played that marathon of a game, winning 22-17 yesterday. Took over 4 hours to complete it. Here's the 2-1. Fastball up high. Marley's ahead. He knows how to get on base. .493 on base percentage. He's walked 9 times this year. The 3-1 from grounds. Fastball up high again, and the Hillcats have got a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the second. First walk issued by Holden Grounds. 25 strikeouts, 19 walks on the year in 30 2/3 innings pitched. Ishmael Orozco, the Hillcat batter now, as we look at St. Mary's defensively. Jack Kaiser at first, Brian Ramirez the second baseman, Jacob Arevalo the shortstop, Jacob Aguilar down at third, and Bo Barnes is the Rattler catcher. Donnie Perez in left field, Bryce Brandel in center, Zach Johnson in right. Right-hander Holden Grounds deals the first pitch to Orozco, and it misses up high. Mentioned the Hillcats game yesterday. This St. Mary's team took on Tarleton State down in Stephenville, Texas, and lost 6-2. They had a 2-0 lead until the bottom of the 8th inning. And some Rattler miscues led to 6 runs, including a grand slam to put Tarleton State up 6-2. Strike dealt into Orozco. It's a 1-1 count. Orozco, a drive to right center field. This is in the gap and gets down. It's going to roll all the way, almost to the wall before it's cut off by Johnson. Marley's going to be held up at third as Orozco races into second base. And the Hillcats have 2 in scoring position with no outs here in the bottom of the second. And that's good base running coaching for head coach Chris Klimas, as always. But that might have been very easy to just wave the runner in, but he was all over that, and the right fielder Johnson made a great throw back to the infield. Good decision to hold up Marley. So with 2 aboard, here's Garrett Hall. 6th spot in the order. The Hillcat catcher returns to the lineup. The breaking ball misses outside on the first to Hall, who's batting .350 on the year. Makes his 11th start. Fastball in for a strike, evens the count at 1 to Garrett Hall, who last played on February 26th. Hillcat road trip to Denver, Colorado, where they played Regis University in a 4-game series. He played in the final game of that series and has not seen action since. Breaking ball misses from Holden Grounds. It's a 2-1 count to Garrett Hall. Two-one, misses up high. 3-1 to Garrett Hall. Hillcats down 5-0, trying to cut into this St. Mary's lead. Marley walked, Orozco doubled. 2 in scoring position here with no outs. Things worked out well for moving this series up. With the game yesterday that St. Mary's played in Stephenville, Texas against Tarleton State, it was a 6-hour drive from Stephenville to Claremore. And the 3-1 misses to Hall. Bases are loaded up for the Hillcats here in the bottom of the second. And I'm not sure what the plans were for St. Mary's, if they were going to go back home and then drive up this evening, but it's just over a 9-hour drive from San Antonio, so they were already a third of the way to Claremore by being in Stephenville, Texas, so they just went ahead and made the trip up. Brooks Douglas the matter now for the Hillcats with the bases loaded and no outs here in the bottom of the second. Swings at the first pitch, sharp one hopper to third. Aguilar comes home with it for one. Relay to first in time for the double play. Oh my goodness. 5-2-3 for the Twin Killings. Second double play for St. Mary's in this game. And just when the Hillcats think they've got a shot to get back in this game, not only do they get no runs, but 2 outs in the process. That's a tough one to swallow. Here's Sam Castanelli for Rogers State. First pitch, breaking ball down low. Still got an opportunity here to cut into this lead with 2 in scoring position. But it's got to be the right one for Sam Castanelli. Timeout called at the plate as Holden Grounds took a long time. Hadn't really been taking too long to deliver each pitch, but he was really focused in on his catcher, Bo Barnes. (1-0), way up high. Before that double play by Brooks Douglas, the Hillcats were batting .400 as a team with the bases loaded. Douglas specifically, 3 of 6. He had been in that situation more than any other Hillcat, and he had handled it well, a .500 average with the bases juiced. Strike to Castanelli. 2-1 count, 2 outs, 5-0 lead for St. Mary's over Rogers State here in the bottom of the second. The 2-1. Fastball up high. Timeout again called at the plate. The count sits at 3-1. Swing and a miss. Castanelli making his 5th start of the season. Comes in 2 of 11 at the plate, couple of doubles, 2 RBI. It's a full count with 2 in scoring position. Hillcats need a hit here. Ball 4 will work as well, though, as Castanelli takes it down low and they're loaded up again. 3rd walk of the inning issued by Holden Grounds, who entered this game 25 strikeouts and 19 walks. So the bases loaded up for Hillcats second baseman Danny Donahue. Donahue has not had an at-bat this year with the bases loaded up. Limited playing time for Danny Donahue, the senior. First pitch just misses down low. Redshirt senior out of San Diego in his 2nd season with Rogers State after coming in from City College of San Francisco. Donahue hit .273 a season ago, but a .405 on base percentage as he takes a strike. Appeared in 21 games last year, including 11 starts for the Hillcats, and drove in 6 runs. .975 field percentage. He's a plus defender out there for the Hillcats. 1-1, sharp bouncing ball towards third. Fielded on a short hop by Aguilar, and he steps on third for out number 3. Well, he made himself a good play, did Aguilar, who got the defensive stand going in this inning by starting that double play when the Hillcats had the bases loaded. Rogers State had them loaded with no outs, and the Hillcats get nothing. They trail 5-0 as we head to the third. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? Have we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
With 11 premier institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities in NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student athletes. The Heartland Conference offers a vibrant championship experience with schools that are nationally competitive, engaged with their communities, and supported by hundreds of thousands of fans who promote a positive game environment. To learn more about the Heartland Conference, visit us at heartlandsports.org. Choose Division II. Choose the Heartland Conference.
Josh Haley back with you on the Hillcat Network. Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 5-0. Opening game of a 3-game series. If you're just joining us, St. Mary's got 5 runs in the top of the first inning. And all 5 of them coming on a pretty good stretch where they had 5 consecutive hits and then a hit batter. Tim Luce, Hillcat starter, settled in. He's back on the mound for this 3rd inning, facing Jacob Aguilar. 5 spot in the order. The right-handed hitter takes a first pitch strike. Aguilar, one of the hitters who did some damage in the first, had an RBI base hit. The 4th of 5 consecutive hits the Rattlers had. Fastball misses low and away, evens the count at 1. Hillcats and Rattlers all time have met up 9 times. All have been conference matchups, 3 in each of the past 3 seasons, starting in 2014 when the Hillcats first joined the Heartland Conference. As Aguilar fouls one off to the right, 1-2 the count. Luce's pitch misses up high. Hillcats down in San Antonio in 2014 won on the final day of the 3-game series. They lost on the Friday opening doubleheader, but St. Mary's, who was ranked as high as 7th and won national poll at that time, and the Hillcats got a win. It was their first ever conference win. And skied up straightaway center field. Brooks Douglas under it and makes the catch. 1 down here in the 3rd, and Tim Luce has retired the leadoff man now in all 3 innings. Overall, Luce has retired 5 straight and brings Bo Barnes to the plate. You kind of get some familiarity there now, as this is the 4th season Rogers State has opened up with St. Mary's for conference play. First pitch to Barnes. Just caught the inside edge for a strike on a breaking ball from Luce. Good pitch. Little patterns like that kind of make you enjoy this conference and look forward to the start of the season knowing that you're going to begin with the same team. Of course, next year the conference schedule looks like it's probably going to change, where you don't play teams just once in the course of the season, but rather twice. Either that, or you might see the series extended from 3 to 4 games. So never know how it could turn out. As it stands right now, you get 3 games against each team in the conference, which means you play 24 conference games. It's a 9-team conference. Barnes 1-2. High drive to left field. A towering shot that's over the scoreboard. A solo home run for Bo Barnes. That ball was crushed. And with the wind blowing from right to left field, you put it way high up there. And even though the wind's not behind it, it's still going to help it carry out. But that, make no mistake, was a charge put into it by Bo Barnes. His first home run of the season. senior who leads the team with a .426 average. The Lake Highlands High School product, Bo Barnes, makes it a 6-0 game. St. Mary's with the lead. First pitch strike to Zach Johnson. The 0-1, skied up, left center field, mid-depth. Castanelli's under it, makes the catch, 2 down. And brings Bryce Brandel to the plate with 2 outs and the base is empty. Here in the third, St. Mary's leading Rogers State 6-0. Jumps on the first pitch, does Brandel, and fouls it back out of play. For Tim Luce, that's the 3rd home run he's given up this year in 31 innings pitched. Ball 1 down low to Brandel. Luce came in with a 3.14 ERA. 2-1 record on the year. This is his 7th appearance and his 6th start. 1-1, swing and a miss. Home plate ump signals foul tip, but it still found the glove of Hillcat catcher Garrett Hall. One, two, swing and a miss. Foul tip held on to by Hall for the strike 3 and a strikeout for Tim Luce. It ends the inning. Hillcats see St. Mary's get 1 on a solo shot from Bo Barnes. 6-0 Hillcats trail as we head to the bottom of the third. This is Rogers State Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore supports the broadcast of RSU Hillcat Athletics. The Hammett House offers a variety of entrees, including country fried steak, lamb and turkey fries, pamper fried chicken, and a daily selection of homemade pies. Located next to the Will Rogers Memorial in Claremore, just down the hill from RSU. Online at thehammetthouse.com. The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore, a proud supporter of the RSU Hillcats.
Josh Haley back with you on the Hillcat Network as we enter the bottom of the third inning here in Claremore. Hillcats have the top of their order to start things off. Matt Subert, who led off with a base hit in the Hillcat first, but was later retired on a ground ball double play. St. Mary's has turned 2 now in each of the first 2 innings after the Hillcats got the lead off aboard. If you're just joining us, Rogers State had the bases loaded with no outs last inning, but a double ball prevented any runs from scoring. Hillcats got them loaded up again with 2 outs, but right-hander Holden Grounds recovered to retire the next hitter on a fielder's choice ground ball. First pitch misses to Subert. Now the 1-0, missing down low. Subert works ahead of Holden Grounds, who walked 3 Hillcats in that second inning. He's walked 3, struck out 1, surrendered 2 hits through the first 2 innings. Subert jumps on the 2-0 and skies it out of play right side. Heartland Conference scoreboard update. St. Edward's playing at Newman today. St. Edward's leading 4-1 in game 1 of a doubleheader. In the 4th inning, 2-1. Subert skies it up. Mid-depth right field. Walking underneath it is Zach Johnson and makes the catch. 1 down. Who knows? Maybe it's a good thing the Hillcats have the leadoff retired because it didn't do anything for him in the first 2 innings by getting the leadoff aboard. Sam Davison now steps in. Other Heartland Conference series starting today. Texas A&M International playing at Arkansas Fort Smith. Those two will just play one like we're playing today, and then the doubleheader tomorrow. First pitch strike to Sam Davison from the righty Holden grounds. Lubbock Christian playing at Oklahoma Christian, and those teams are now just underway in the first. Davison, one hopper next to third base. Jacob Aguilar's got it, throws across the diamond for out number 2. Third baseman Aguilar's been very, very active. Started that double play last inning, got the final out of the inning, and now another here. 2 outs, bases empty for Hillcat right fielder Bradley Degnan. Team's RBI leader, who has 23. Laying down a bunt, third baseline, and it angles foul. Degnan trying to take advantage of the infield shift as they've shifted over to the right side. The shortstop Arevalo standing just to the batter's eye right of second base and a step into center field. And Degnan fouls one out of play left side now. He's a good bunter. That's something he's very much shown now over the past few weeks, is how well he could bunt. Had a couple of running bunts up the first baseline. And when he lays them down good, being the left-handed hitter, and he runs very well, he's got a good shot. Ground ball between first and second, right where Ramirez, the second baseman, was parked waiting on it. Has it, throws to first. Side retired. In order in the bottom of the third. Hillcats trailing 6-0. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
I need my checking account to be like my morning coffee. Easy and now please. That's why I love checking with TTCU. With a free checking account, there's no minimum balance, no hidden fees. I can snap a photo of a check and deposit it. Easy. Add direct deposit and, based on your balances, you could earn more free services, even extra dividends. TTCU has paid more than $20 million in member rewards. Now that's grande. Freebies and rewards? Check. At TTCU.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
Three innings complete here at Rogers State. The Hillcats trailing St. Mary's 6-0 in the Heartland Conference opener today. Left-hander Tim Luce back on the mound for Rogers State. 3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, 4 of those earned, 1 strikeout, no walks. 56 pitches through 3 innings for Tim Luce. Facing Jacob Arevalo, right-handed hitting shortstop here to start the 4th. And Arevalo takes ball 1 outside. 1-0 down in the dirt. Jacob Arevalo reached on an error back in the first inning, ultimately allowing 2 runs to score to make it a 5-run first instead of a 3-run first for St. Mary's. There's a big point in this game that we might be looking back on for the foreseeable future. Behind 3-0, Tim Luce deals. Misses down low. 4-pitch walk to the leadoff man, Jacob Arevalo. And the leadoff aboard for the first time in this game. First walk by Tim Luce, who's also hit a batter. But normally, Luce is in pretty much full control out there. That's only the 5th walk Luce has issued this year in 31 2/3 innings pitched. First pitch to the top of the order, Brian Ramirez. And it's in for a strike. Ramirez is 0 for 2. Flat out to right, popped out to second. Both of those in the first inning. He was the first and the last out. Fastball right down the pipe. Puts Ramirez down 0-2. This St. Mary's team, not one that you'll see run very often. And Arevalo, the man on first, has not attempted to steal a base all year. Luce will throw back to first, and Arevalo slides back in safely. In fact, this St. Mary's team, who came in 6-11, this is game 18, 3 of 5 on the year in stolen base attempts. Just not a club that's running a lot. Luce deals the 0-2. High and away, perhaps purposefully, from the Hillcat junior, Tim Luce. In his first year with Rogers State. And speaking of the control that Tim Luce has, mentioned the walk numbers, only 5 in only over 31 innings. The 1-2, low and inside, evens the count. Luce only had 5 wild pitches in 62 innings pitched at NEO. That was over the course of 2 seasons. He has not had a wild pitch all year here at Rogers State in his first year. 2-2, high and inside. It's a full count. Runner going on the payoff pitch. It's called strike 3, throw down to second. Not in time as it hopped to second base, but Ramirez goes down. Second strikeout for Tim Luce for out number 1. First stolen base of the year for Jacob Arevalo. And just the 4th for this St. Mary's team. Garrett Hall out to have a word with his pitcher, Tim Luce. And immediately walks back towards home plate. Nothing long and interesting. Just maybe a course of direction towards the next hitter, perhaps. James Gillian, the DH, who walks into the circle. 1 for 2 day for Gillian. He started that mess in the first inning with a 1-out single. Luce got him to fly out to left in the second. We're in the top of the 4th. Hillcats trailing St. Mary's 6-0. 1 out, runner on second for the Rattlers. Luce deals, first pitch to Gillian, who pops it out of play right side. Heartland Conference scoreboard update. Newman now in front of St. Edwards, 5-4. Newman, the home team. And they have erased a 4-0 deficit to come from behind to take a lead over preseason conference favorites St. Edwards, who has also won the last 2 Heartland Conference championships. Lubbock Christian playing at Oklahoma Christian. That game still scoreless in the first inning. Texas A&M International at Arkansas Fort Smith just underway, scoreless in the first. So you've got every team in action today that possibly can be in this 9-team league. Oklahoma Panhandle State, the one team that has the opening weekend off. Of course, with the odd number, you've always got somebody who's not playing in conference. It's a 1-2 count to James Gillian with 1 out. Luce gives the runner Arevalo a look at second, now deals. 1-2, down low. Preseason conference poll. No surprise picking St. Edwards to win it, who's won the last 3. A team that is stacked with talent year in and year out. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Luce has got back-to-back strikeouts, and it's out number 2 here in the top of the 4th inning. Brings Donnie Perez to the plate. Man who had the double back in the first inning. Luce got him on a ground out to short in the second. And so St. Edwards picked to win the conference this year. Lubbock Christian picked second, and this St. Mary's team picked third. St. Edwards collected 16 of the 18 first place votes, while Lubbock and St. Mary's got 1 each. St. Mary's pretty much consensus to pick third, and then Oklahoma Christian 4th, Arkansas Fort Smith 5th, Newman 6th, then Rogers State, Tammy U, and Oklahoma Panhandle State rounding out the preseason poll. Ball 1 to Perez. Here's the 1-0. Off speed, left, way up high. Perez has got a hitter's count at 2-0. 2 outs, top of the 4th. Hillcats don't care too much about that preseason poll, though. If you look at last year, Hillcats' final provisional year in making the transition to NCAA Division II, they were 1 win away from finishing 5th in the conference and 2 away from finishing 4th. And remember, it's the top 4 that go to the conference tournament. So a promising year last year for the Hillcats, who turned back into their winning ways with a 28-22 season. Tim Luce misses outside with the 3-0. A 2-out walk to Donnie Perez. Second walk for Luce, both this inning, and it brings the cleanup man, Jack Kaiser, to the plate. You name it, Jack Kaiser has done it. He's had quite the career. Hasn't been here the entire time talking about St. Mary's. Played at Alvin Community College before going to Division I Ole Miss. Redshirted there. And then played here at St. Mary's last year, where he had a season that was a second-team All-Heartland Conference selection, but you look at the numbers and you wonder, gosh, how was he not a first team if it's just looking at the positions is what it is. How deep is the conference at certain positions? As Kaiser falls down 0-1. Luce's pitch, sliced out of play down the left side. Puts Kaiser down 0-2. That's where you like him. Down in the count. So you can try to work him a little bit. But last year, for this first baseman, Jack Kaiser, .356 average, 17 doubles, 10 homers, 53 RBI. Luce is 0-2. Fastball that's eye level for ball 1. This inning started with a walk to Arevalo. He stole second as Brian Ramirez went down looking. James Gillian went down swinging, and then Donnie Perez worked the walk. That brings us to Jack Kaiser. St. Mary's 6 runs on 6 hits, no errors. Roger State 0-2-1 as we're in the top of the 4th. Kaiser swings at the 1-2, pops it up, mid-depth, left field. Running towards the line is Sam Casanelli, and as he crosses over the left field line, he makes the catch for out number 3. Good work by Tim Luce to get out of a little bit of a jam as St. Mary's leaves 2 stranded after a couple of walks. We head to the bottom of the 4th. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
People often ask me, John, how do you do it? Still making pizzas after 30 years. Seriously, guys?
It ain't rocket science. It ain't physics.
It's pizza.
And I love pizza.
Get any large one-topping pizza for only $10 and add a mega chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Claremore Nursing Home and the Brookfield are happy to be part of RSU Hillcat Basketball. They offer care for a range of lifestyles, from assisted living to rehabilitation to 24-hour nursing assistance. Claremore Nursing Home in the Brookfield, 920 East 16th Street, or by phone at 341-4857, 341-4857. Proud to be a part of Hillcat Athletics.
Right-hander Holden Grounds retakes the mound for St. Mary's as we enter the bottom of the 4th inning here at the Diamond Sports Complex in Claremore. Nice-looking spring day. Got a lot of blue skies, but some clouds have worked their way into the area. Looks like some very unthreatening clouds right now, but once you reach March, April, May in Oklahoma, anything will make you worry just a little bit, but we're used to it. Had tornado watches and warnings all around the area earlier in the week on Monday night. Of course, a long line of thunderstorms that stretched all the way down to Oklahoma and all the way up north into Minnesota. Unbelievable storm line that worked its way to the east, but thankfully everyone here was safe and sound. As Jason Marley leads things off for Roger State, the Hillcat DH batting in the cleanup spot today. If you're just joining us, Chris Miguel, starting second baseman who normally occupies that cleanup spot, Slight shoulder injury yesterday. He's day-to-day. Expect him back soon as Marley pops it up. Foul territory next to first base, and Jack Kaiser makes the catch. One down here in the fourth. Hillcats got the leadoff man aboard in the first and second innings, but unable to plate a run. And now the right-handed starter, Holden Grounds, has retired 5 consecutive Hillcat hitters. As Ishmael Orozco steps to the plate. He has one of the 2 Hillcat hits on the game. It was a second inning double. First pitch to Ish. Just caught the lower edge on a ball that popped out of the glove of the catcher, Bo Barnes, and a late call by the ump for strike 1 from Holden Grounds. Strike 2 into Orozco. Up high, Holden's Grounds. Probably a purpose pitch from the right-handed senior. Transfer from University of Virginia. The 1-2. Fastball just caught the top edge, strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Holden Grounds. 2 down, bases empty here in the bottom of the fourth for the Hillcat catcher, Garrett Hall. Hall walked his first time. That loaded the bases up in the second. But Grounds got a double play ball, just as he did in the first inning. Twin killings turned in each of the first 2 for St. Mary's to keep Rogers State off the scoreboard. Ball 1 to Garrett Hall. The junior who comes in batting .350. Off the end of the bat, a one-hopper right back to the mound. Grounds jogs towards first and finally flips it over there for the 3rd out of the inning. He retires the Hillcats in order for the 2nd consecutive inning. Rogers State down 6-0 as we head to the 5th. This is Rogers State baseball on the Hillcat Network.
The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore supports the broadcast of RSU Hillcat Athletics. The Hammett House offers a variety of entrees, including country fried steak, lamb and turkey fries, pamper fried chicken, and a daily selection of homemade pies. Located next to the Will Rogers Memorial in Claremore, just down the hill from RSU. Online at thehammetthouse.com. The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore, a proud supporter of the RSU Hillcats.
Claremore Nursing Home and the Brookfield are happy to be part of RSU Hillcat Basketball. They offer care for a range of lifestyles, from assisted living to rehabilitation to 24-hour nursing assistance. Claremore Nursing Home in the Brookfield, 920 East 16th Street, or by phone at 341-4857, 341-4857. Proud to be a part of Hillcat Athletics.
Set to begin this 5th inning here in Claremore on opening day of Heartland Conference play, the 2017 season. Always look forward to that conference opener because it's when things really start to get serious. Not by any stretch of the imagination that the non-conference games don't matter, because they certainly do, especially in terms of rankings. And those rankings that right now see Rogers State ranked 7th in the South Central region, which is an important thing. Leading off here in the 5th for St. Mary's is Jacob Aguilar. And the right-handed hitter takes a first pitch strike from Hillcat lefty Tim Luce. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Aguilar 1 for 2 today, had an RBI base hit in the first and then came around to score himself. The 0-2 misses up high. Batter Jacob Aguilar, the junior out of El Paso, transferred from South Mountain Community College. 1-2, just missed outside. Aguilar, good size for the third baseman. Standing 6'2", weighing in at 205. Two down in the dirt and bounces away from the Hillcat catcher Garrett Hall. Jacob Aguilar had a good game earlier this season. Final day of February, and against Houston Victoria had a 3-for-3 afternoon with 4 runs driven in and a home run. Bouncing ball towards the third baseman, Matt Subert, who runs to his left, fields it, throws to first in time for the out. Good play by Subert. One down here in the 5th. St. Mary's on top of Rogers State 6-0. Reminder, this is a 9-inning game today and then the doubleheader to close out this series tomorrow. 1 o'clock first pitch and coverage here on the Hillcat Network as always. Here's Bo Barnes to the plate. St. Mary's catcher who socked his first home run of the season back in the 3rd. Singled and scored in the 1st. First pitch to Barnes. The right-handed hitter takes it for a strike. His home run in the 3rd was a shot, too, over the scoreboard in left field. Oh, 1, laying down a bunt. Loose off the mound towards the third baseline. Picks it up, low fastball to first. Gets the out. And a good pick by first baseman Sam Davison as well. That's a hard play to make. Well done by Tim Luce. 1-3 on the putout, second out of the inning. Brings Zach Johnson to the plate. Zach Johnson, redshirt junior out of Austin, Texas. Takes a breaking ball for a strike on the lower inside corner. Johnson was hit by a pitch in the 1st that just grazed him. Flat out to left in the 3rd. 282 hitter coming in. Sharp ground ball to second. Donahue slows it down and picks it up and throws to first for the out. Hillcats retire the Rattlers in order in the 5th. Rogers State trailing 6-0. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
I need my checking account to be like my morning coffee. Easy and now please. That's why I love checking with TTCU. With a free checking account, there's no minimum balance, no hidden fees. I can snap a photo of a check and deposit it. Easy. Add direct deposit and, based on your balances, you could earn more free services, even extra dividends. TTCU has paid more than $20 million in member rewards. Now that's grande. Freebies and rewards? Check at TTCU.
Welcome back to the Diamond Sports Complex. Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 6-0. Hillcats coming to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. If you're just joining us, St. Mary's scored 5 runs in the top of the 1st. 2 of those runs were unearned, and then they got a single run in the 3rd off of a solo home run from catcher Bo Barnes. Holden Grounds, right-hander for St. Mary's, has been in a couple of pinches in this game, both in the 2nd inning when the bases were loaded with no outs, but he got a ground ball double play. Hillcats loaded him again with 2 outs, and he got out of that one as well with another ground out to 3rd. Brooks Douglas leads off for Rogers State. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and it caught the top edge for a strike. Douglas, the man that Holden Grounds enticed into that double play back in the 2nd with no outs. Douglas off the end of the bat, and he flings it as he swings. A soft liner into center for a base hit. And the bat left his hands and twirled towards the St. Mary's dugout on the 3rd base side. Took 1 hop before rolling into center field. Leadoff aboard again for Rogers State. First time since the second inning. Third time overall the Hillcats have had the leadoff aboard. First pitch misses to Sam Casanelli, who walked back in the second. With 2 outs, he walked to load the bases up again. Strike into Casanelli, not to the liking of some. The 1-1, just missing up high. Holden Grounds last year at the University of Virginia, Division I, 2.79 ERA. Made 6 appearances, including 1 start for the Cavaliers. Logged 9 2/3 innings, struck out 7, walked 7. 2-1, misses up high. Making his 6th start of the season here today. He's gone 7 innings in each of his last 2, and the 3-1 misses down low. The Hillcats have the first 2 aboard here in the bottom of the 5th. Danny Donahue, bottom of the order, steps in for Rogers State. Grounded into an inning-ending fielder's choice back in the second on a good play made by the third baseman Aguilar. Donahue showing bunt right off the bat. First baseman Kaiser starts to scoot in, way on the grass. Donahue puts the bat back on his shoulder and lays off as the first pitch missed outside. You wonder if Grounds intentionally put that pitch outside, hoping that Donahue would go ahead and lay down the bunt and it would go opposite field up the first base side where Kaiser was scooting in. Again, Donahue pulls the bunt back, and again the pitch misses. 2-0. Well, this changes things a little bit, and St. Mary's is going to talk it over. Out to the mound comes Chris Ermis. Chris Ermis, the pitching coach, who's in his 21st year with St. Mary's. The head coach, Charlie Meagle, in his 31st. And the other assistant, Ryan Feemath, in his 10th. A very experienced and a very, you would think, chemistry-driven coaching staff being together that long. So out to the mound, Chris Ermis to talk with the entire infield and the pitcher, Holden Grounds. They won't wait for the umps to break it up. They'll end it themselves. There's no action in the St. Mary's bullpen. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rogers State trailing 6-0. Brooks Douglas with a leadoff base hit. Sam Casanelli has walked. And Danny Donahue at the plate is ahead, 2-0 in the count. Showed bunt early in the at-bat, but now he's ahead. We'll see what he does. First baseman Kaiser scoots in again as Donahue shows bunt, pulled it back, and that one just catches the outside edge. As the second baseman Ramirez scoots over a little bit to cover first. Now he's scooting way back behind second base. Kaiser still takes his steps in. Donahue again shows bunt, pulls it back, and the pitch way outside. It's a 3-1 count. Well, how much drama can you have on opening day of conference play? But right now, it's a lot. This is a crucial point in the game for Rogers State. Donahue shows bunt, puts it on his shoulder, offers, fouls it straight back. It's a full count now. We've got ourselves a battle. Right-hander Holden Grounds for St. Mary's and Danny Donahue at the plate for Rogers State. Hillcats, if nothing else, they've got to advance the runners here. Kaiser, the first baseman, right at the edge of the grass, stays there. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Foul tip held on to by Bo Barnes, and Holden Grounds, again, when he needs it the most, wins the battle at the plate. His third strikeout of the game, and it brings Rogers State back to the top of their order. Here's Matt Subert. Subert led off the Hillcat first with a base hit against Grounds. Flat out to right center in the third. First pitch, breaking ball that falls right in for a strike. Good looking pitch from Holden Grounds. Subert hitting .344 with runners aboard this year, and the 0-1 misses up high. Comes in batting .373 overall. It's been a good first season for Matt Subert. Junior out of Belmont, California, transfer from Skyline College, and named the newcomer to watch list by the Collegiate Baseball newspaper. Takes another outside. It's a 2-1 count to Subert. Hillcats down 6-0, bottom of the fifth. Runners on first and second and one out. Right-hander Holden Grounds deals. Subert, sharp one-hopper, bangs off the midsection of Ramirez, the second baseman, and rolls into center field. Brooks Douglas comes in to score, and the Hillcats are on the board. Sam Castanelli stops at second as it was backed up quickly by the shortstop Arevalo and Brandel in center field. But that ball was a screamer off the bat of Matt Subert. Too hot to handle for Ramirez at second. It will be scored as a hit for Rogers State. Their fourth hit of the game. So an RBI for Matt Subert. The Hillcat Juniors' 14th of the season. Here's Sam Davison. Foul tip finds the mid of Bo Barnes on the first pitch. It was up high. That run scored by Brooks Douglas, his team leading 19th of the year. Grounds gives the runner a look at second, now deals the 0-1, and it misses up high. Davison grounded into a double play in the first, grounded out in the third. 0 for 2 for Sam, who yesterday had a day that you'll look back on and think, boy, I remember that day and how good it felt. 2 homers, 6 RBI versus Pittsburgh State yesterday for Sam Davison in the 22-17 win. I have a feeling that score is going to stay in my mind for a long time. Didn't set a record for Rogers State for runs in a game, though. Hillcat record is 24 in a 24-8 win over Oklahoma Christian a number of years back. 2-1. Breaking ball just catches the lower edge. Count even at 2 to Sam Davison. 1 out here in the fifth. Hillcats down 6-1 with 2 aboard, trying to make this a ball game again. And Grounds shakes off a sign, and Davison will step out of the box. Holden Grounds has thrown 74 pitches now. 2-2. Breaking ball, fouled off to the right and out of play. Davison entered with an even .400 average. 6 doubles, 3 homers, 21 runs driven in, which was second on the team to Hillcat right fielder Bradley Degnan. Two-two pitch, fastball. Davison skies it up, mid-depth left center field. Left fielder Donnie Perez will make the call and the catch in left center for out number 2, and the runners stay put. Here is Bradley Degnan for Rogers State.
Now heading to the plate, the right fielder, number 22, Bradley Degnan.
Degnan with a 375 average. Some kind of a first year for the Hillcat, who claimed the Heartland Conference Hitter of the Week award in the first season of play after hitting 5 home runs in the first 4 games and 17 RBI, including setting a Rogers State single game record with 8. First pitch misses inside to the left-handed bat, Bradley Degnan. 6'1" junior out of Woodside, California, transferred in from College of San Mateo. For Rogers State, one of 15 players from the state of California. Trumps all other states on this roster. Head coach Chris Klimas and his crew have done a tremendous job with the recruiting here at Rogers State. Coach Klimas now in his 3rd season. Grounds deals the 1-0 to Degnan. Swing and a miss. It was down low. Klimas in his 3rd season after coming to Rogers State from Oklahoma Baptist, where he was the associate head coach for a handful of years and 9 years prior the assistant as well at his alma mater, OBU. Quick throw back to second, but back safe is Casanelli. Matt Subert stands on first after driving in the first Hillcat run of the game. Hillcats trying to get more here with 2 outs. Grounds 1-1, swing and a miss. Another pitch down low from Holden Grounds. Mentioned Grounds played at University of Virginia last year. Navarro Junior College 2 years prior, where he was a 2-year all-conference selection. And the next pitch bounces under the legs of Bo Barnes, and the runners advance. Took a hop right at home plate and went right through the legs of Bo Barnes, allowing Casanelli to go down to 3rd and Subert over to 2nd. Changes things a little bit for Degnan. Now 2 in scoring position. 2 outs, count even at 2. The pitch, Degnan with a high fly ball to right center field. This ball drifting way back. It is off the bottom of the wall. In to score is Casanelli. Subert comes in to score. It's a 2-out, 2 RBI double for Bradley Degnan. Talk about clutch hitting. The junior gets it done for Rogers State, and the lead is now 3. St. Mary's led this game 6-0, and the Hillcats coming back now with 3 runs in this bottom of the 5th. And with the wind blowing in from that direction today, if there's no wind, that ball gets out of here from Degnan probably with ease. It was to the gap right under the 360 sign in right center. Here's the cleanup man, Jason Marley, trying to keep it going. Fastball misses up high to Marley. Bradley Degnan increases his team lead in the RBI category. Numbers 24 and 25 on the season. The double, his 4th of the year. Strike into Jason Marley, evens the count at 1. Marley walked in the 2nd, popped out in the 4th. One from Grounds. Breaking ball just caught the inside edge. Looks at Degnan at 2nd, does Holden Grounds. Now deals the 1-2. Called strike 3, breaking ball that fell in. And he gets Marley, but the Hillcats get 3 in the 5th. Rogers State has cut the lead in half. It's a 6-3 deficit as we head to the 6th here in Claremore. This is Rogers State Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Red Green Show. No one can possibly...
There. I really like these little creatures. They bring a lot of joy to my life.
Job. Doing what?
Working in a mortuary, embalming cadavers and organs.
Hi, I'm Bill Curtis. You're watching RSU Public TV.
Just the two of us, building them castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? Have we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
Rogers State, 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning to make this a ball game once again. They trail St. Mary's 6-3. The Rattlers got 5 runs in the first, including 2 unearned and 1 more in the third. Here's Bryce Brandel to lead off the 6th for St. Mary's. 8th batter in the order. One of 2 left-handed bats. Sprinkled in spots 4 and 8. Brandel takes a first pitch strike from the Hillcat lefty Tim Luce. Hillcat starter Tim Luce, 6 hits through 5 innings, 4 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Brandel lays down the bunt on the 0-1, right up the third baseline. Luce fires a fastball to first, not in time to get the speedy center fielder Bryce Brandel. That is a perfect bunt. Tim Luce fielded it perfect, and he put a perfect throw to first. He did everything you could do, and it still wasn't enough to get Bryce Brandel. There were very few players that were members of these teams when Rogers State hosted St. Mary's to open up the conference season 2 years ago here at the Diamond Sports Complex, but Bryce Brandel was one of them, and I remember that guy handling the bat well then too. Laying down a bunt again, Jacob Arevalo on the first pitch. Loose off the mound towards first, picks it up, tosses to first for the out. Sacrifice bunt. 1-3 to advance Brandel over to second base. Back to the top of the order we go. Here is Brian Ramirez. Leadoff man is 0 for 3 today. He's the only Rattler that has not reached base yet. Jumps on the first pitch and hooks it foul deep down the left field line. Over the St. Mary's bullpen, who watches it go over their heads and into the parking lot. St. Mary's action in the bullpen now for the first time, that started in the closing stages of that bottom of the 5th as Rogers State got the first damage against the starter Holden Ground, senior right-hander for St. Mary's. 0-1, foul back and out of play. Heartland Conference scoreboard update. Newman hosting St. Edwards, the preseason conference favorite, and Newman leading 5-4. That game in the 6th inning. In the 4th, Arkansas Fort Smith, a 5-0 lead over Texas A&M International. UA Fort Smith, the home team. 0-2, way up high. Garrett Hall had to pop up out of his stance to prevent that from going over his head. Oklahoma Christian hosting Lubbock Christian. Those two are tied at 3 in the 3rd inning. They'll play a twin bill today, as will St. Edwards and Newman. TAMU and Arkansas Fort Smith just won today, and they'll play the twin bill tomorrow, just like these two teams, Rogers State and St. Mary's, who open up Heartland Conference play for the 4th consecutive year. 6-3 all-time series lead for the Rattlers, but Rogers State won the series a season ago down in San Antonio, 2-1. 2-2 count to Brian Ramirez. The pitch off the end of the bat, a liner. Donahue jumps up and snags it. He throws back to second for the double play. What a play by Danny Donahue at second base. Great patience by the redshirt senior as he waited and timed his jump perfectly, and an easy double play to get Bryce Brandel at second. Hillcats turn their first double play of the day. Gets them out of the inning. They trail 6-3 as we head to the bottom of the sixth. Hillcat baseball on Hillcat Network.
People often ask me, John, how do you do it? Still making pizzas after 30 years. Seriously, guys,
It ain't rocket science. It ain't physics.
it's pizza.
And I love pizza.
Get any large one-topping pizza for only $10 and add a mega chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
We're cooking dinner. Dinner is the most important meal of the day.
We can cater to everybody's needs, whether you want a burger, whether you want chicken.
Dinner's special for me and my family because it's the one meal out of the day that we get to spend together.
It's the perfect end to a good day.
Win or lose, we're coming to Whataburger after a game.
Whataburger for dinner. If we're not on your way home, you're going the wrong way.
My name is Tatiana, and I would love to cook you dinner.
St. Mary's leads Rogers State 6-3. Hillcats coming to bat in the bottom of the sixth inning. Hillcats put up 3 in the home half of the fifth. Gives them some confidence, perhaps coming to the plate here against Holden Grounds, starting right-handed pitcher that retakes the mound for St. Mary's. Came in with a 1.76 ERA. Faces Ishmael Orozco to lead things off. It's been a back-and-forth matchup between those two in the 2 at-bats. Orozco doubled off Grounds in the second. Grounds got him looking in the fourth. Orozco takes ball 1 here to start the bottom of the sixth. Fastball catches the lower half for a strike. Holden Grounds' last 2 starts have gone 7 innings for St. Mary's as Orozco tags one to straightaway center. Bryce Brandel doesn't even move and waits for it to come down in his glove, and it does for out number 1. With 1 out, Garrett Hall, the batter for Rogers State. Walked in the second, grounded out in the fourth. Holden Grounds' last start against Lubbock Christian last Friday, March 3rd. It was a 3-2 loss for St. Mary's. Grounds went 7 innings, surrendered 6 hits, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Tough way to take the loss, giving up just 1 earned run in 7 innings against a team of Lubbock Christian's caliber. One the count to Garrett Hall. Grounds fastball in there for a strike. Breaking ball, called strike 3 on the outside edge. 5th strikeout of the game for Holden Grounds.
Now to plate number 20, Brooks Douglas.
Brooks Douglas to the plate, lays down a bunt on the first pitch. 2 steps off the mound comes Grounds, barehands it, throws to first, and gets the speedy Brooks Douglas in time. Hillcats retired in order for the 3rd time in this game. They trail 6-3 as we head to the 7th here in Claremore. This is Rogers State Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Robson Properties supports this broadcast of Hillcat basketball. Owner Frank Robson has handled commercial real estate, construction, and property management since 1969, with shopping centers throughout Oklahoma and southeast Kansas. More information on Robson Properties is online at www.robsonprop.com. www.robsonprop.com. Robson Properties, proud to support both Hillcat sports and Rogers State University academics.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
St. Mary's 6-3 as we enter the 7th inning. St. Mary's head coach Charlie Meagle in his 31st year. He must be pleased with this conference start for his team. He knows how to get it done. He's a legend in the college coaching ranks. Led this St. Mary's team to a national championship in 2001, 50-13 record. Tim Luce back on the mound for Rogers State, facing James Gillian. And the 2-hole hitter takes a first pitch strike. Gillian, the DH, 1 for 3 today. That hit came in the first inning. Tim Luce, 97 pitches, 58 for strikes entering this inning. So that was pitch 100 he just dealt, missed. It's a 1-1 count. Pitch 101. Sharp ground ball to short, down to his knees, backhanded by Orozco. Long throw to first. Not in time. Gillian legs it out. What an effort by Orozco. That would have been some kind of play. He ran towards the hole in short, slid down to his knees and backhanded it right at the edge of the outfield, and then popped up and threw to first. It was a good throw. Gillian just legs it out. Infield single, that's the 8th hit of the game for St. Mary's. Here's Donnie Perez, 1 for 2 with a walk. Doubled in the first and scored a run. Jumps on the first pitch. Off the end of the bat, tailing towards left center. Douglas under it, makes the catch. 1 down. We're on a nice day in Claremore. 80 degrees our temperature at first pitch. Here's the cleanup man, Jack Kaiser, with 1 out and 1 on. Breaking ball, sharp grounder to short. Backhanded by Orozco, flips to second for 1. Relay to first is high to first over the head of Davison, but Kaiser will not take off for second as it hit the screen in front of the Hillcat dugout and bounced back quick enough to Davison, the first baseman. Fielder's choice, 6-4, retires Gillian at second base. Out number 2 here in the 7th. Hillcats down 6-3 to St. Mary's, Heartland Conference opener. Here's Jacob Aguilar. First pitch strike to Aguilar, who's 1 for 3. RBI base hit in the first. We're expecting all sunshine tomorrow, but considerably cooler. 58 degrees, the scheduled high for tomorrow here in Claremore. And we're going to see a big-time cold dip on Saturday. Temperatures expected to get down below freezing on Saturday night. And a high of 43 with rain expected Saturday, so that's the reason for this series being moved up. 0-2 pitch to Aguilar. Fouled out of play to the right side. It all worked out well, though, for Rogers State and St. Mary's, as the Rattlers were up in Stephenville, Texas yesterday. Matchup against Tarleton State, about 6 hours away from Claremore. So they were already a third of the way here from San Antonio. The 0-2 just misses from Tim Luce. Rogers State, if you missed it, yesterday played up in Pittsburgh, Kansas against Pittsburgh State. 1 week after the win here at home, Rogers State won at Pittsburgh State 22-17 yesterday in a game that took over 4 hours. 1-2, lined into right field for a base hit. keeps the inning going for St. Mary's. That's hit number 9 for the Rattlers. Garrett Hall, the Hillcat catcher, out to talk with Tim Luce. Hillcat starter's thrown over 100 pitches, but his arm's got a lot of stamina in it. Luce entered the day with a 3.14 ERA. 2-1 record on the year in 6 previous appearances. Here's Bo Barnes to the plate with 2 on and 2 outs, and just before Barnes steps into the box, out comes head coach Chris Klimas. This might be the end for Tim Luce. We shall see. It usually means it when the head coach is out there, of course. And Klimas looks towards the bullpen and gives the nod. Indeed, it will be a pitching change for Rogers State. Hillcats down 6-3. We're in the top of the 7th inning. 2 aboard and 2 outs for St. Mary's. Hillcats will go to the bullpen to try to get out of this jam. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? Have we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
With 11 premier institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities in NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student athletes. The Heartland Conference offers a vibrant championship experience with schools that are nationally competitive, engaged with their communities, and supported by hundreds of thousands of fans who promote a positive game environment. To learn more about the Heartland Conference, visit us at heartlandsports.org. Choose Division II. Choose the Heartland Conference.
People often ask me, John, how do you do it? Still making pizzas after 30 years. Seriously, guys?
It ain't rocket science. It ain't physics.
It's pizza.
And I love pizza.
Get any large one-topping pizza for only $10 and add a mega chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? Have we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Well, Rogers State goes to their bullpen. Josh Eklavea, the new Hillcat pitcher, coming on. Senior right-hander out of South San Francisco, California. Replaces Hillcat starter Tim Luce. Situation, 2 on, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 7th inning, Rogers State down 6-3. They can't afford any more damage, so they go to Eklavea to try to get him out of this jam. First pitch, very high and tight on Barnes for ball 1. Barnes, perhaps the most success against Tim Luce, and maybe the reason for the change. He was 2 for 3 against Hillcat starter Luce today, including a 3rd inning home run. You also get this righty-righty matchup, of course, a little bit more favorable. And fouled straight back by Barnes on the 1-0. Count even up at 1 now. This is an interesting situation for Josh Eklavea, the right-hander, as he pitched yesterday for Rogers State in the game at Pittsburgh State. Not only did he pitch, he was the starter. Went 1 2/3 innings for the Hillcats to start yesterday's game. Gave up 5 runs, 4 earned, 4 hits, 1 strikeout, and 2 walks. 1-1. Breaking ball misses down low. If you were with us in the pregame, you heard head coach Chris Klimas talk about yesterday's game, though, and he told his team afterwards, yeah, we gave up 17 runs in this game, but I don't want you to get too discouraged because of the conditions that they played in yesterday with 30-mile-an-hour winds blowing out. Made it very tough for pitchers, and he said none of his pitchers yesterday, out of 5 that went out there, none of them just went out there and let the other team have their way with them. They gave up some runs, but they managed the game. Eclevea behind 3-1 to Bo Barnes. The pitch down in the dirt, and the bases are loaded. The bases loaded up for Zach Johnson. Johnson 0 for 2 was hit by a pitch in the first inning. 7-hole hitter. The junior comes in batting .282. Right-handed hitter awaits. Breaking ball in for a strike. Good looking pitch from Eclevea. Well, after yesterday, the line on Hillcats senior right-hander Josh Eclevea, 4.91 ERA. This is his 7th appearance of the year, his 4th in relief. 18 1/3 he's logged for the Hillcats, 13 strikeouts and 6 walks. Breaking ball bounces to the plate. Good block by Garrett Hall. Evens the count at 1. We're in the top of the 7th. Rogers State down 6-3 to St. Mary's here in the conference opener. 1-1, swing and a miss. Zach Johnson, an intimidating frame at the plate. 6'4", 215. Eclevea's got him down 1-2. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Josh Eclevea out of the bullpen, issues a walk but gets a strikeout and keeps the Hillcats to within 3 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
I need my checking account to be like my morning coffee. Easy and now please. That's why I love checking with TTCU. With a free checking account, there's no minimum balance, no hidden fees. I can snap a photo of a check and deposit it. Easy. Add direct deposit and, based on your balances, you could earn more free services, even extra dividends. TTCU has paid more than $20 million in member rewards. Now that's grande. Freebies and rewards? Check. At TTCU.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
Back with you on the Hillcat Network. Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 6-3. Hillcats come to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the Hillcats see right-hander Holden Grounds retake the mound for the Rattlers. 95 pitches, 54 of those for strikes for the right-handed senior Holden Grounds. Through 6 innings, he scattered 5 hits, surrendered 3 runs. All of those came in the 5th. 5 strikeouts and 4 walks for the right-hander Holden Grounds. All the damage in that 5th inning came for the Hillcats. Matt Subert with a base hit to drive in a run, and then a 2-out double for Bradley Degnan to drive in the other 2. Cut the lead in half. 5 runs in the first, 1 in the third for St. Mary's. They led 6-0 up until that bottom of the 5th. Here's Sam Castanelli to lead things off for Rogers State. Swings at the first pitch, sharp ground ball, laying down to the left is the third baseman Aguilar. Stopped it, picked it up, throws to first in time for the out. And it's 1 down. Playing in a little bit on that was Aguilar, the third baseman. Had little reaction time and just laid down and stopped it and had enough time to throw on Castanelli. Danny Donahue to the plate, takes the first pitch strike. Fastball high and inside. 0 for 2 day for Donahue, ground out and a strikeout. One, swing and a miss. fastball seems to be getting better for grounds. Pitch breaks down into the dirt and then bounces up off the catcher Barnes into the backstop. Danny Donahue in his second season with Rogers State. And the 2-2 skied out of play. Came to Rogers State from City College in San Francisco. 2-2. Another breaking ball down in the dirt. They say Donahue went. And throwing to first, Bo Barnes to complete the strikeout. Donahue didn't think that he'd win around, and the home plate ump said that he did, so Donahue took off but thrown out in plenty of time for St. Mary's case. And it's strikeout number 6, ties the second highest total of the season for the starter Holden Grounds. Had 6 in his last outing against Lubbock Christian. His season high was 10 in the start before that against Houston Victoria in a 7-inning outing. Here's Matt Subert for Rogers State. Ball 1 to Subert, the leadoff man, who's 2 for 3. Skies up a fastball into mid-depth right field. Zach Johnson underneath it makes the catch. Side retired. Hillcats retired in order for the 4th time in this game, and Rogers State trails 6-3 as we head to the 8th. Hillcat baseball on the Hillcat Network.
People often ask me, John, how do you do it? Still making pizzas after 30 years. Seriously, guys?
It ain't rocket science. It ain't physics.
It's pizza.
And I love pizza.
Get any large one-topping pizza for only $10 and add a mega chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Claremore Nursing Home and the Brookfield are happy to be part of RSU Hillcat Basketball. They offer care for a range of lifestyles, from assisted living to rehabilitation to 24-hour nursing assistance. Claremore Nursing Home in the Brookfield, 920 East 16th Street, or by phone at 341-4857, 341-4857. Proud to be a part of Hillcat Athletics.
We enter the bottom, or the top of the 8th inning here in Claremore. Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 6-3. Heartland Conference opener here in 2017. Bryce Brandel will lead things off for St. Mary's. 8th spot in the order as Josh Eklevea returns to the mound for the Hillcats. Came out of the bullpen with 2 outs last inning after a walk. Got a strikeout to get the Hillcats out of the jam and keep it to just a 3-run deficit. Brandel takes ball 1. Final line on Hillcat starter Tim Luce, the lefty. 6 2/3 innings, scattered 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 of those earned, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Bouncing ball foul, first base side. Evens the count at 1 to Bryce Brandel here, the leadoff hitter in the 8th. Hillcat starter Tim Luce threw 105 pitches, 65 of those for strikes. Bryce Brandel with a bunt single his last time up. Shows bunt here, quickly pulls it back as it missed outside. Two 2-1. Sharp ground ball between second and short. Donahue runs behind second base. Backhands it, throws to first in time for the out as Sam Davison fell down but kept his foot on the bag. Good play by the right side, and the Hillcats get out number 1 here in the 8th. Retire the leadoff hitter for the first time since the 5th inning. Here's Jacob Arevalo. Breaking ball just catches the inside edge for a strike. Good pitch from Eklevea. Fastball. Slow hopper towards short. Dies off on the ground now. Orozco picks it up, throws to first. 2 down. Back to the top of the order, Brian Ramirez, the hitter for St. Mary's. Well, Josh Eklevea for Rogers State, the senior right-hander, 4.91 ERA. 18 and a third innings he's logged for the Hillcats coming into today. 13 strikeouts, 6 walks. And opponents hit just .222 against him. It's the second best opposing average on the team, trailing just Rusty Huber, who has an opponent average of 161. Ball 1 to Brian Ramirez. And make it ball 2. Ramirez, the leadoff man, still the only Rattler not to reach base today. 0 for 4. Takes a pitch inside. 3-0. Fastball from Eklevea in for a strike. Heartland Conference scoreboard update. St. Edwards has now come from behind to take a lead over Newman, 7-6. Ground ball to first. Davison runs to his right, has got it, throws back to first where Eklevea covers for the out. Good defensive play, 3-1 on the putout. Side retired in order. Hillcats come to bat in the bottom of the 8th, trailing 6-3. Rogers State Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore supports the broadcast of RSU Hillcat Athletics. The Hammett House offers a variety of entrees, including country fried steak, lamb and turkey fries, pamper fried chicken, and a daily selection of homemade pies. Located next to the Will Rogers Memorial in Claremore, just down the hill from RSU. Online at thehammetthouse.com. The Hammett House Restaurant in Claremore, a proud supporter of the RSU Hillcats.
Claremore Nursing Home and the Brookfield are happy to be part of RSU Hillcat Basketball. They offer care for a range of lifestyles, from assisted living to rehabilitation to 24-hour nursing assistance. Claremore Nursing Home in the Brookfield, 920 East 16th Street, or by phone at 341-4857, 341-4857. Proud to be a part of Hillcat Athletics.
We enter the bottom of the 8th inning. Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 6-3. Holden Grounds, starting right-handed pitcher for St. Mary's, back onto the mound. 101 pitches, 59 for strikes through 7 innings for the righty Holden Grounds. And Sam Davison takes the first pitch for a strike. 0 for 3 day for Davison, who came in with an even .400 average. Couple of groundouts and a flyout for Sam after he hit 2 home runs yesterday and 6 runs driven in. Now takes ball 1 from Grounds. Rogers State 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. 1-1, swing and a miss. St. Mary's 6 runs on 9 hits and no errors. By the way, a change to let you know about defensively. Oscar Betancourt is in center field. He replaced Zach Johnson. Bryce Brandel moves over to right. Donnie Perez is the left fielder for St. Mary's. Jack Kaiser at first, Brian Ramirez at second, Jacob Arevalo the shortstop, Jacob Aguilar down at third, Bo Barnes behind the plate. And the pitcher is right-hander Holden Grounds, the starter in this game. 2-2, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7 for Holden Grounds, and out number 1 here in the 8th. Here's Bradley Degnan for Rogers State. 2 RBI double his last time up against Grounds to the gap in right center. And a ball that was well hit. And if the wind wasn't blowing in the face of right field, would have got out of here. Lays down a bunt. Grounds off the mound to his right, picks it up, throws on the money to first to get Degnan by a half step.
Now batting number 10.
Brings Jason Marley to the plate. Walked in the second, has been retired in the 2 times since. So updating you on the conference, St. Edward's at Newman. They've now taken a 7-6 lead. And that game is in the 7th inning, and that is the final inning as they're playing a doubleheader. Strike 1 to Marley. The 0-1. Fastball misses. Lubbock Christian at Oklahoma Christian. They've got a 10-3 lead in the 4th. That's game 1 of a doubleheader today as well. Breaking ball misses up high from Holden Grounds. 2-1. Texas A&M International at Arkansas Fort Smith. Single game today. And the home team, UAFS, on top 5-2 in the 5th. 2-1. Misses up high. Hillcats trying to get a base runner for the first time in that 5th inning. 9 consecutive hitters retired by Holden Grounds. And up high, ball 4. They do indeed get that base runner and break up that streak. There's been action in the bullpen off and on since that 5th inning. You would imagine Grounds is working on a little bit of a short leash here with that much action in the bullpen for that long of a stretch. As he walks his 5th batter of the game. Has 7 strikeouts, though. Here's Ishmael Orozco. Fastball, bouncing ball, foul on the third base side, and barehanded by the Hillcat head coach, Chris Klimas. Still got it. The 0-1 misses low and inside. Well, of course, you'd want to, if you're St. Mary's, keep Holden Grounds out there to go as long as he can, of course, but thinking about other effects of Holden Grounds staying out there, of course, game 1 of a 3-game series, you'd like to keep your bullpen intact and have it fully accessible for tomorrow. And don't forget, St. Mary's, like Rogers State, played yesterday. 9-inning game at Tarleton State. 1-2, misses down low. Orozco fouls it straight down. Might have got him in the foot. But he's walking fine as he steps out of the box. Hayden Hibbler was the starter yesterday for St. Mary's. Went 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of those earned. Gave way to Trent Russo, who gave up 3 runs, retired 1 batter, 2 hits. 2-2. Just missed. Ball 3. Catcher Bo Barnes had started to kind of hop towards the dugout thinking they had called strike 3. You don't see it that way very often. You'll see the batters toss their bats thinking they've got ball 4, but rarely do you see the catcher assume strike 3 and start running towards the dugout. 3-2. Just missed again. Back-to-back walks for Marley and Orozco, and the Hillcats will bring the tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. Garrett Hall to the plate for Rogers State. We'll see if he's going to face Holden Grounds or not. Well, the pitching coach, Chris Ermis, back out to the mound. Second visit that Holden Grounds has had today. We'll see if this means a change for St. Mary's. Longest outing of the year for Holden Grounds here today at 7 2/3 right now. His previous 2 outings, 7 innings apiece. The primary man warming up in the bullpen is Trent Russo, and he was the first out of the pen yesterday. Holding ground, still your pitcher. Conference at the mound is over. Runners on first and second for Rogers State. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Hillcats down 3, 2 outs. Garrett Hall swings at the first pitch. High fly ball into right center field. Running over into the gap is Betancourt, and he makes the catch about 25 feet in front of the fence. The speedy center fielder who had just checked into the game an inning ago runs it down, and the Hillcats will trail by 3 as we head for the 9th inning here in Claremore. This is RSU Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
I need my checking account to be like my morning coffee. Easy and now please. That's why I love checking with TTCU. With a free checking account, there's no minimum balance, no hidden fees. I can snap a photo of a check and deposit it. Easy. Add direct deposit and, based on your balances, you could earn more free services, even extra dividends. TTCU has paid more than $20 million in member rewards. Now that's grande. Freebies and rewards? Check at TTCU.
Rogers State trailing St. Mary's 6-3 as we enter the 9th inning here in Claremore. Opening day of Heartland Conference play. Game 1 of a 3-game series between these two. Doubleheader tomorrow, 1 o'clock first pitch for Game 1. Coverage right here on the Hillcat Network. Josh Eclavea back on the mound for Rogers State, trying to keep this at just a 3-run game. Facing the 2, 3, 4 hitters, James Gillian, the DH, leading things off. Fouls one back out of play, evens the count at 1. Pitch misses from Eclavea, 2-1. Breaking ball. Sky high, drifting down the left field line, running over Castanelli right in front of the wall and makes the catch as he crosses the line. Less than 5 feet in front of the fence, Castanelli. James Gillian didn't miss a home run by much. Has one this year.
Now batting number 19, Donnie Perez.
One out here in the 9th. Donnie Perez, the batter. If you're just joining us, St. Mary's scored 5 runs in the top of the first. They had 5 consecutive hits. Final 2 runs, however, were unearned. Then they got a home run by Bo Barnes in the 3rd, a solo shot to put them up 6-0. Hillcats got 3 in the 5th to make it a game once again. But it's been a pitching and defensive struggle ever since, as Perez takes ball 1. 1 for 3 with a walk. The day for Donnie Perez. Crushes this down the left field line, hooks well foul, and takes a hop in between 2 cars right at the edge of the parking spaces on the hill. A couple of scary fly balls here for Eclavea and the Hillcats. 1-1. Fastball right down Main Street. Mentioning Eclavea, the starter yesterday for Rogers State, and he rolls back out here today out of the bullpen. And that's really his character. Hearing head coach Chris Klimas talk about Eclavea this season as he deals the 1-2 up high. Count even at 2. Talking about how Eclavea is just the guy who wants the ball in his hands. Doesn't matter the situation, the day, who you're facing, he just wants it in his hands. Soft liner right off the end of the bat and into shallow left center for a base hit. Runner on first with one out here in the top of the ninth. And the cleanup man, Jack Kaiser, to the plate. Hillcats have handled him well after he had that 2 RBI double in the first inning. A couple of flyouts and reached on a fielder's choice in the 7th. Senior comes in batting .328. Swing and a miss at the first pitch. Fastball right by him. Runner going on the 0-1. Down in the dirt, Kaiser a swing and a miss. So he didn't leave his teammate out to dry. Stealing second base, Donnie Perez. His first stolen base of the season. This is interesting. This St. Mary's team, 3 stolen bases in their first 17 games coming in, and they're 2 for 2 today. Kaiser down 0-2. Eclevea's pitch just got a piece off the end of the bat, foul against his own dugout. St. Mary's came in 6-11. Roger State came in 13-5, but anybody who knows St. Mary's, they're one of those teams that you look at the name and put more stock in that than you do the record. Ground ball to second. Donahue scoops it up, throws to first in time for the out. Donnie Perez goes down to third base. 2 down here in the top of the ninth. And the Hillcats trying to get the final out. It's already going to be a hard enough job for Roger State to get 3 in the bottom of the ninth just to tie it up. They really can't allow any more right here. Jacob Aguilar, the batter. 2 for 4 today. Jumps on the first pitch, a fastball, skies it up, mid-depth right field. Degnan runs forward and makes the catch, and the side is retired in the ninth. We head for the bottom of the ninth. Hillcats down by 3. This is Roger State Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hey, Red Green here. If you've never seen the Red Green Show, no one can possibly...
There. I really like these little creatures. They bring a lot of joy to my life.
Job.
Doing what?
Worked in a mortuary, embalming cadavers and organs.
Hi, I'm Bill Curtis. You're watching RSU Public TV.
Just the 2 of us, building them castles in the sky. Just the 2 of us, you and I.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? Have we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
Here we are in the bottom of the ninth inning. Roger State trailing St. Mary's 6-3 here on opening day of conference play. And game 1 of a 3-game series between the Hillcats and the Rattlers. And Roger State will see right-hander Holden Grounds return to the mound here for this ninth inning. Starting right-handed pitcher today for St. Mary's, Holden Grounds, out of Corsicana, Texas, in his longest outing of the year. 7, 8, 9 hitters for Roger State. Brooks Douglas takes ball 1. 1 for 3 day for Brooks, including a base hit. Offers it the 1-0, fouls it straight back. 119 pitches, 67 of those for strikes for Holden Grounds through 8 innings. He's given up 5 hits, 3 runs, 7 strikeouts, and 6 walks. 1-1. Douglas slices it out of play down the right field line. 1-2, breaking ball down in the dirt. Good eye, good discipline from Brooks Douglas. Hillcats have Sam Casanelli waiting on deck. 2-2. One hopper to third. Aguilar's got it, throws across the diamond to first for out number 1. Sam Casanelli, the batter now. 0 for 1, but 2 walks today for Sam Casanelli and has scored 1 run. Came in as a 182 hitter. First pitch, high bouncing ball to short. Arevelo's got it, throws to first. 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Hillcats down 3 runs and down to their final out. Scheduled batter Danny Donahue, but the Hillcats will pinch hit with Derek Brumble. Derek Brumble in his first season with Rogers State after transferring from Oral Roberts. 207 hitter, 6 of 29 this season. Swings at the first pitch and a drive to the gap in left center. Way back, this is going to roll all the way to the wall. Brumble cruising into second with a 2-out double. Wasting no time as the pinch hitter got one he liked and drove it to the gap. And Derek Brumble on second base for the Hillcats. 3rd double of the year for Brumble in his 30th at bat. Pretty good.
Number 8, Matt Suber.
Back to the top of the order for Rogers State. That's where they were hoping to get. Here's Matt Subert. First pitch, fastball down low. Subert 2 for 4 today and the 1 RBI in the 5th inning. Scored the first run for the Hillcats. 1-0, Subert. Line drive towards center. Betancourt settles under it, makes the catch, and this ball game is over. Rogers State falls to St. Mary's by a final score of 6-3 in the conference opener. Doubleheader tomorrow to close out this series with a 1 o'clock first pitch, and the Hillcats still a chance to win this series. But they fall on the opening day of Heartland Conference play, and they'll try to pick it up tomorrow against these Rattlers. St. Mary's 6, Rogers State 3. Post-game show coming your way next. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
People often ask me, John, how do you do it? Still making pizzas after 30 years. Seriously, guys?
It ain't rocket science. It ain't physics.
It's pizza.
And I love pizza.
Get any large one-topping pizza for only $10 and add a mega chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? How we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
Josh Haley back with you on the Hillcat Network. Your final score from the Diamond Sports Complex. Rogers State falls to St. Mary's 6-3 in the Heartland Conference opener this season. And now we look at the rest of the Heartland Conference scoreboard. St. Edward's came from behind to defeat Newman 7-6 up in Wichita, Kansas in their opener. So a 7-6 win for St. Edward's. Those two opening up conference play. Lubbock Christian leading 10-4 at Oklahoma Christian. That game in the 6th inning. And Texas A&M International playing at Arkansas Fort Smith. UAFS up 6-4 in the 6th. That's your Heartland Conference scoreboard update. We'll try to get one more before we go off the air today as those games getting close to the end. Well, for the Hillcats in this one, they fall in their conference opener to St. Mary's. The Hillcats now fall to 7-3 all-time, trailing in the series with St. Mary's. But more importantly for Rogers State, 0-1 in conference play. On the season, Rogers State now 13-6, and St. Mary's improves to 7-11 and 1-0 in Heartland Conference play. Winning pitcher Holden Grounds, who was pretty darn good today for St. Mary's. The senior right-hander in his first season with St. Mary's went the distance. He gets the complete game victory. His second complete game this year. He improves to 2-2 on the season. Grounds came in with a 1.76 ERA. That'll rise up a little bit today as the Hillcats got him for 3 runs on 6 hits. He struck out 7, walked 6, had 1 wild pitch, threw 121 pitches, 69 of those for strikes. He was on a short leash there for a little while. They had action in the bullpen, did St. Mary's, in the 5th inning when he gave up those 3 runs. He had a couple of coaching visits to the mound, but he hung in there and hung tough in clutch situations. The Hillcats had the bases loaded in the 2nd with no outs, but St. Mary's able to get out of that jam unscathed as Grounds forced a ground ball double play. The second double play that St. Mary's had turned in the game already in the 2nd inning, as they got one in the 1st as well to get out of the jams. So Grounds now 2-2 on the year. Hillcat starter Tim Luce falls to 2-2. The left-handed starter 6 2/3 innings. He scattered 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 of those earned, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit batter, 1 wild pitch. 105 tosses for Tim Luce, 65 of those for strikes. He gave way to Josh Eklevea, right-handed reliever for the Hillcats, came on and pitched the final 2 1/3. Gave up just 1 hit, no runs, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. 28 pitches, 16 for strikes for Hillcat reliever Josh Eklevea. Hillcats fall to St. Mary's 6-3. More to come on the post-game show. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
Hey, Red Green here. If you've never seen the Red Green Show, no one can possibly...
There. I really like these little creatures. They bring a lot of joy to my life.
Job.
Doing what?
Worked in a mortuary, embalming cadavers and organs.
Hi, I'm Bill Curtis. You're watching RSU Public TV.
Just the two of us, building them castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I.
Claremore Nursing Home and the Brookfield are happy to be part of RSU Hillcat Basketball. They offer care for a range of lifestyles, from assisted living to rehabilitation to 24-hour nursing assistance. Claremore Nursing Home in the Brookfield, 920 East 16th Street, or by phone at 341-4857, 341-4857. Proud to be a part of Hillcat Athletics.
Stop! You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives, and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? Have we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
We're cooking dinner. Dinner is the most important meal of the day.
We can cater to everybody's needs, whether you want a burger, whether you want chicken.
Dinner's special for me and my family because it's the one meal out of the day that we could just spend together.
It's the perfect end to a good day.
Win or lose, we're coming to Whataburger after a game.
Whataburger for dinner. If we're not on your way home, you're going the wrong way.
My name is Tatiana, and I would love to cook you dinner.
Josh Haley back with you on the Hillcat Network. Once again, your final score, Rogers State falls to St. Mary's 6-3. The Hillcats out hit 10-6. Rogers State commits one error in this game, none for the Rattlers. Hillcats 13-6, 0-1 in conference. St. Mary's 7-11, 1-0 in Heartland Conference play. All your hitting totals for this one, Brian Ramirez for St. Mary's, 0 for 5 in the game. 2 for 5 was James Gillian, the DH, with a run scored. Donnie Perez finished 2 of 4 with a walk and a run. Jack Kaiser, 1 of 5. 2 runs driven in and 1 run scored himself. Jacob Aguilar, 2 of 5 with an RBI and a run. Bo Barnes, 2 for 3, an RBI, a walk, and 2 runs scored. He also had the only home run in this game. It was a solo shot for his first of the season, came in the 3rd inning. Zach Johnson finished 0 for 3. Bryce Brandel, 1 for 4. And Jacob Arevalo 0 for 2 with a walk. 10 of 36 as a team was St. Mary's, while Rogers State was 6 of 31. The Hillcats individually, Matt Subert, the only man with a multi-hit game, finished 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. Sam Davison 0 for 4. Bradley Degnan 1 of 4. He had a 2-out, 2 RBI double in the 3rd to get the Hillcats back in this game. 0 for 2 day for Jason Marley, but he did walk twice. Ishmael Orozco 1 for 3 with a walk. Garrett Hall 0 of 3 with 1 walk. Brooks Douglas 1 of 4, scored once. Sam Casanelli 0 for 2, walked twice and scored 1 run. Danny Donahue 0 for 3. Derek Brumble 1 for 1 with a double as a pinch hitter for the Hillcats, who go 6 of 31 as a team, and again St. Mary's 10 of 36 as a team. More to come on the post-game show. Hillcats, again, the final score, they fall to St. Mary's 6-3 in the Heartland Conference opener. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
People often ask me, John, how do you do it? Still making pizzas after 30 years. Seriously, guys, it ain't rocket science. It ain't physics. It's pizza. And I love pizza.
Get any large one-topping pizza for only $10 and add a mega chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Stop. You're avoiding the salesman. We know you're looking at cars. We know you hate buying from a dealership. What if no salesman, all cars are unlocked, private test drives and a pool table and couches instead of a cubicle? Have we pushed your buttons? Then push ours. You're welcome.
Melton Sales. Our cars are always unlocked. Sundays too. You're welcome.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Hello, I'm Chad Choate with Community Home Health. We've been providing quality home health care for over 20 years. Community Home Health has a comprehensive service plan, and we service the large part of eastern Oklahoma. Here at Community Home Health, we provide skilled nursing services, home health aides, psychiatric nursing, therapy services which include occupational, speech, and physical therapy. Our #1 goal is restoring health and quality of life, and you can count on Community Home Health to do just that. Let our family take care of yours.
Josh Haley back with you on the Hillcat Network. Once again, your final score, Rogers State falls to St. Mary's 6-3. Here's how the scoring went down in this game. In the first inning, James Gillian for St. Mary's with a 1-out base hit. Donnie Perez and Jack Kaiser followed with doubles, the second of which for Kaiser drove in 2 runs. Aguilar followed with an RBI base hit. Bo Barnes with a single as well. And coming in to score on a wild pitch was Barnes later in the game. And Arevalo on a ground ball that ultimately got scored as an error brought in Jacob Aguilar for a 5-run first, and then Bo Barnes with a solo shot in the third to make it 6-0. Hillcats would get their 3 runs in the 5th. Brooks Douglas with a leadoff single, Sam Castanelli with a walk, Matt Subert with a 1-out base hit to score Douglas, and then Bradley Degnan with a 2-out, 2 RBI double for the Hillcats, 3 runs in the 5th. We bring in the head coach now, Chris Klimas. And, Coach, this was just tough in that first inning, 5 runs, big deficit to overcome.
Yeah, anytime you're chasing that many runs early in the game and the wind's blowing in, you're going to have a hard time. And, you know, I told the guys that game was defined 2 moments. First inning, when you give up 6 hits, 5 runs in the first inning, you're chasing 5. And then when we had the bases loaded, nobody out, after he'd walked a couple guys, swing at the first pitch, hit into a double play, and get nothing that inning. Those 2 moments right there pretty much, you know, told the story the rest of the day. Because after the first inning, I think we held them to 4 hits, 1 run.
Their pitcher, Holden Grounds, he seemed to kind of go in a little bit of spurts. Was that more him or your hitters? There were spurts when you would get a lot of players on base and get base runners and get people in scoring position, and then others when he would retire 6, 7, 8 straight.
I thought we did a good job zoning him up and making him throw strikes, and when he didn't, we took advantage of it and took the walks. But there were a couple opportunities where, you know, we probably tried to do too much and forced early contact in the count instead of getting into a count where we have an opportunity to get a pitch or see if he'll continue to self-inflict and give us walks, give us opportunities. And, you know, once we got runners on, I just felt like we tried to do too much. You know, first conference game, and then whenever you're chasing runs like that, you start to press offensively, and you're trying to hit 10-run home runs, and you know, we gave away too many at-bats doing that, I thought.
Tim Luce, the starting pitcher today, Coach, ends up going 6 2/3, and you take out that first inning, it might have been easy for a pitcher to be rattled after that, but he seemed to settle in okay, and over the course of the next 5 innings gave up just 1 run.
Yeah, he did a nice job after that, but it was damage done. I mean, they did a nice job. You know, give them a lot of credit. They came out, they rode the bus for 5 hours this morning, got off, you know, 10 minutes before BP, took BP, and then got after our butts in the first inning. Got the barrelhead out front and drove some balls and had several extra base hits, and then we make a mistake in the field and then get crossed up at the plate and throw one to the backstop. First inning was, you know, pretty much just a mess for us, and then, you know, I thought we had a chance to get back in it, had a couple situations, just, you know, didn't really get the big hit. And really, I mean, we only had 1 big hit today, Degnan's 2-run double, but we got to do a better job early. Tomorrow we got to come out and we got to play with desperation, because today, you know, I think once we got behind, we started, you know, we got a little bit defensive, kind of played on our heels, played scared, tried to do too much, tried to force the issue instead of just, you know, taking quality at bats and grinding it out and chipping it away. You know, we were trying to do it all in 1 inning, every inning, instead of, you know, just relaxing. So I think part of that was just being down so many early. I think it's easy to fall into that trap. So hopefully we learn from it. Hopefully tomorrow we come out and give a little bit better effort.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time as always. We look forward to talking with you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thanks.
That's the head coach, Chris Klimas. We'll wrap things up when we return. This is Hillcat Baseball on the Hillcat Network.
People often ask me, John, how do you do it? Still making pizzas after 30 years. Seriously, guys, it ain't rocket science. It ain't physics. It's pizza. And I love pizza.
Get any large one-topping pizza for only $10 and add a mega chocolate chip cookie for only $5 more.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Claremore Nursing Home and the Brookfield are happy to be part of RSU Hillcat Basketball. They offer care for a range of lifestyles, from assisted living to rehabilitation to 24-hour nursing assistance. Claremore Nursing Home in the Brookfield, 920 East 16th Street, or by phone at 341-4857, 341-4857. Proud to be a part of Hillcat Athletics.
Real Yellow Pages, YP.com, and YP.com on your mobile. More ways to search, more ways to find. Only from AT&T.
I need my checking account to be like my morning coffee. Easy,
and now please. That's why I love checking with TTCU. With a free checking account, there's no minimum balance, no hidden fees. I can snap a photo of a check and deposit it. Easy. Add direct deposit and, based on your balances, you could earn more free services, even extra dividends. TTCU has paid more than $20 million in member rewards. Now that's grande. Freebies and rewards? Check at TTCU.
Josh Haley back with you on the Hillcat Network as we close things out on the opening day of Heartland Conference play. The Hillcats fall to St. Mary's 6-3, but a chance for redemption and to win the series tomorrow as the Hillcats will open things up with a 1 o'clock first pitch, twin bill. 7-inning game to open the doubleheader, and then we'll follow with a 9-inning game in Heartland Conference play. Well, time now to check the Heartland Conference scoreboard for one final time. St. Edward's on the road at Newman, winning 7-6 in Game 1, and those two teams are just underway now in Game 2. St. Edward's led 4-0 in that game. Newman came from behind to take a 6-4 lead, and then St. Edward's comes up with the win 7-6. Lubbock Christian up 11-4 at Oklahoma Christian. On the road, Lubbock Christian in the 7th inning with an 11-4 lead. And Arkansas Fort Smith hosting Texas A&M International, leading 6-4 in the 7th inning. That is a single 9-inning game. Those two will play the doubleheader tomorrow. So every team in the Heartland in action except for Oklahoma Panhandle State. There's always one odd man out in this 9-team league, and the Hillcats know how crucial the series is every time out, especially against this St. Mary's team who was picked as one of the top 4 in the conference. Top 4 go to the Heartland Conference tournament. Every one of them matters, especially this one against the team picked to finish 3rd, St. Mary's. Well, Rogers State and St. Mary's conclude again tomorrow. We thank you for joining us today on the Hillcat Network, and certainly hope you'll tune in tomorrow. Pre-game at 12:45, first pitch at 1 o'clock. For everyone here on the Hillcat Network, I'm Josh Haley saying good night from the Diamond Sports Complex.